Ah, that's why you couldn't hear me. It wasn't on. The Sena Freewire, guys. Aren't you stoked? Aren't you excited? Complete review and tutorial on this bad boy. That's right, Bikeaholics, I'm super stoked. We have 3 Sena Freewire kits, complete kits ready to give away to you guys. Stay tuned, find out how you can win one of these. Welcome back, Bikeaholics. Ryan Erlacher here. Thanks for checking back in. Complete tutorial and review of the Sena Freewire Bluetooth transmitter. This video is mostly about Harley-Davidson. They also make one for the Goldwing, but there's a lot of similarities. They're basically made for the same reason. So even if you own a Honda Goldwing with an infotainment system, so to speak, you're going to get a ton of information out of this very video. Full disclosure, Bikeaholics, Sena did send us 3 of these Freewire units to give away to you, the community. Props to them for caring about the law-abiding biker community. Just because they sent me 3, in no way does that change my review of this product. You guys know us by now, that's not how we roll here. I'm going to give you my opinion of this thing, review it, pros and cons, guys. Stick around. All right, so I could make this video really techy and technical. I've done a lot of thinking and broke it down. I want to make it really easy for you guys to understand on what this is for and how you can use it. As you know, we are here at Law Abiding Biker Media the absolute go-to for everything Harley-Davidson BoomBox infotainment system. We have been for many years, and that came out on the 2014 and newer Harley-Davidson, still production into 2017. It's the same BoomBox infotainment system unit. And so most of you know one of the drawbacks of the BoomBox, and I'm learning the Honda Goldwing infotainment system too, is that they didn't build those units to directly pair with a Bluetooth headset. Yes, I've done videos and I get a lot of questions, guys, so please hear me out. There absolutely, as of today, still is no Bluetooth headset capable of pairing directly with the BoomBox infotainment system. I said directly. That means there's no headset that you can turn on and pair directly with the BoomBox. You're going to need a workaround. In the past, I've called them hacks, whatever you want to call it. That is what the Sena is. It's a workaround. It's trying to make the best of the BoomBox infotainment system so you can have some wireless type capabilities. You see, the BoomBox infotainment system was not built with a headset profile, a Bluetooth headset profile. It was built with a hands-free profile, which is your phone. Because as you all know, we can pair our smartphones directly with our BoomBox, yet we still today cannot do that with a Bluetooth headset. So again, that is why Sena is making a unit such as this. Real quick, guys, don't forget, we do have the #1 best-selling Harley-Davidson BoomBox tutorial videos. Everything you need to get up and running with the BoomBox system. It is rather cumbersome. There's a lot of hidden menus. I can teach you everything, helping bikers around the world. We have the main BoomBox video. We have the ride planner. Use the software online with Harley-Davidson to plan your rides, download it, upload it into the BoomBox. Then, of course, you need to keep your software up to date, your maps up to date. 3 different videos over there, guys. I will pop a card right about there. That's a link to those videos. You can learn more. So let's break it down. Normally, with the Harley-Davidson BoomBox infotainment system or the Honda Goldwing system, you've got a wire. If you want to run a headset and you want to hear from the BoomBox and what's going on, GPS commands, music, not out of your speakers, but into your helmet headset. There's many headsets made, and they have a 7-pin DIN connector, guys, right there into your communications port. On Honda, it's a 5-pin DIN, but same thing. It operates the same, so you have to be tethered. And that's basically what the Sena Freewire is trying to do, is untether you. This is going to replace this so that you don't have to actually have your helmet or your half-helmet headset plugged directly into the bike, which means you can just jump on and off your bike without plugging in. And if you want to stay tethered, that's okay, because there is a cost associated with going wireless. If you want to know what the best wired headsets are, if you want to stay tethered, I'll have a link in the description below. I did a complete article with my suggestions for which wired headsets to use. So if you're interested in getting rid of the wired solution, then let's show you how to use this. So although it's called the Freewire, it's not completely wireless in a sense, and let me explain. You're going to have to come out of your bike with a 7-pin DIN for Harley or 5-pin DIN with your Honda Goldwing. You have to come out of that 7-pin communications port and that wire is going to plug directly into the Sena Freewire. Then that Sena Freewire can talk directly to your wireless Bluetooth headset, your Sena brand wireless Bluetooth headset in your helmet. So you're gonna, you know, the the Ultra Classics and Ultras Limited and all that, those bikes, they come already equipped with the 7-pin DIN. If you have a Road Glide or Street Glide and you want to utilize this, well, don't freak out, no problem, because I already got your back, guys. I'm gonna pop a card right about there. That is our free video on how to install a 7-pin DIN on your Road Glide or Street Glide Harley-Davidson motorcycle. It's basically a Harley kit. You can plug it into the back of the BoomBox and then you can bring it out. I have mine mounted on the lower portion of my tank. But again, completely free video so you can get set up with a 7-pin DIN. So I already mentioned it. If you're going to use the Freewire, if you want to utilize it, you're going to have a Sena brand wireless Bluetooth headset. This here is a Sena 20S on the side of this helmet. It will also, my understanding is, work with the 10S, the 10C, the 10R, and the 10U. I already tried to pair the, if you're wondering, will this work with another Bluetooth headset? I have a Kardon in my Schuber C3 and it would not pair. So definitely it's gonna have to be Sena and Sena to get this thing to work. And if you wanna get hooked up with a Sena Freewire or Sena headset, you wanna support us, you appreciate this free detailed video and all our videos, support us, guys. Buy it direct from the Law Abiding Biker store. We have them in stock, ready to go. Big Daddy Kane down there has them priced the same as everybody else. Quick shipping. We want to get one in your hands, guys. So please, link in the description below. Use it, Law Abiding Biker store. So let's briefly recap. So what we have is you've got your Harley-Davidson BoomBox infotainment system or your Honda Goldwing system, whichever it is, you're coming out of either the 5-pin or 7-pin DIN. That wire comes out and then it goes directly into your Sena Freewire. That's sending the signal of whatever audio is happening within the infotainment systems, whether it's GPS directions, whether it's music, whether it's the, you know, the regular stereo, whatever may be going on, it's pushing it out of that 7-pin or 5-pin DIN, and then via Bluetooth, the Freewire transmitter is transmitting to your Bluetooth Sena headset within your helmet. So hopefully that makes it really simple. That's essentially how this thing works. Okay guys, that's just a start. We're gonna dive in deeper, so hang on. We're gonna introduce a phone to the mix, whether it's Android or whether it's an iPhone like this here. So now what I wanna talk to you about is music going from your phone wirelessly into your BoomBox infotainment system specifically. So many of us, as we know, we have this mounted up on our handlebars with a biker gripper, cell phone motorcycle mount, guys, sold in our store. We have it mounted up there and we're wirelessly streaming music because we've already synced this with the BoomBox. So there you go. We've got music on our, you know, iTunes or whatever you're playing, wirelessly going into the BoomBox. Then what happens is, normally that would come out of your infotainment system speakers on your Harley-Davidson and you'd be jamming out going down the road. So now what we've done is added a headset, wireless headset into the mix. So now what we have, and this is the nice thing about the Sena Freewire is we're going from our cell phone wirelessly into our BoomBox system with our music. Then with the Freewire, we're coming out of the 7-pin DIN port into the Freewire, which is then transmitting that music from your cell phone back into the headset. So really simple, guys. Music from your phone wirelessly to your BoomBox, out of the BoomBox via the 7-pin DIN to your Sena Freewire, which is then wirelessly transmitting via Bluetooth 4.1 technology to your Sena headset wirelessly. So you're listening to the same music in your headset that was going from your phone into the BoomBox. I hope that helps a little bit with that setup. And speaking of that biker gripper, guys, the #1 sexiest, strongest, sleekest cell phone motorcycle mount on the market. Mount your cell phones, GPS devices, radar detectors, everything. 18 pounds grip strength, guys. awesome 5-star reviews. You can get it exclusively at the Law Abiding Biker store. The link in the description below, lawabidingbiker.com/store, guys. We have them ready in stock, ready to ship to you. Again, check out those 5-star reviews, guys. We want to get one in your hands because you definitely want to have your phone mounted up, perched on your handlebars if you're going to use this Freewire and BoomBox system. So let me throw this in the mix a little bit since we're talking about cell phones. If you have a non-Bluetooth capable device, an old iPod or iPod Touch or MP3 player, you still can't use it. Let's say this is a non-Bluetooth capable iPod or something. 3.5 millimeter jack, guys. The kit comes with it. You can plug that 3.5 millimeter into your phone, and then there's another port on the Sena Freewire that you can plug your 3.5 right into that, so you could come directly with a wire out of your phone into the Bluetooth, and then whatever you put into the Sena, of course, is going to transmit out wirelessly into your Sena headset. So that's another option. And it's nice because it comes with the kit. The other nice thing about that 3.5 millimeter input jack on the Sena Freewire is that you don't actually have to put an MP3 player. Let's say you have an older bike without integrated GPS and you're using an external GPS, or maybe you run a radar detector. You can plug that 3.5 millimeter external GPS or radar detector right into the Freewire, and bam, it will transmit those signals and you can hear it in your wireless Sena Bluetooth headset. Okay, you still with me? All right, good. So now that we've got all that out of the way, the other nice thing, we've got the phone, we've got our music playing in, all that coming out. We're listening. Also, we can hear that integrated GPS. So if we have our GPS system up on our BoomBox system, of course, we can hear those turn-by-turn directions, because everything that the BoomBox is doing, whatever's going into it, is also coming out of it. And hopefully that makes it really simple for you. So we can hear that tuner and our music from our phone because it's going in, the radio stations, the GPS, everything else internally within the BoomBox. And while we're on that topic, the other nice thing is you can use the internal communication system. So if you have an ultra limited, ultra classic, where you have a 7-pin DIN for the rider and 7-pin DIN for the passenger, well, it makes it very simple. You can get another Sena Freewire and wireless Sena headset for your passenger. You can both each come out of your 7-pin DIN port into the Sena Sena Freewire, and simply pair each headset individually with its respective Freewire, and then you can talk wirelessly into the onboard communication systems built in. So that's a really nice added benefit too. Now, a lot of people ask, well, I have a road glide or street glide. Right now, as of the date of this video, there's only a 7-pin DIN kit for the rider. There is no 7-pin DIN kit for the passenger. So it'd be more specific to an ultra limited or ultra classic. So the question a lot of you have and you know is that the BoomBox kind of has an internal series, so to speak. And so on your left control cluster, there's a voice command button. You can push that button. It opens up a menu on the BoomBox. With a wired headset, you have full functionality of that. You can talk into your mic, and you can actually give commands such as play AC/DC, or get directions to an address and things like that. Again, with a wired, you have full functionality of that. I could find no way with the Freewire to give commands back into the BoomBox system to use that functionality. It's not something I use a lot, especially with the update, the BoomBox software update. We have Siri integration now. You can check this channel, guys, for that video. I showed you how to use Siri with a wired headset and activate that. But without getting into that, again, I could find no way to, with my wireless Sena headset, to give voice commands back into this. Everything seems to be, for the most part, coming out of this. So that is one drawback that you should probably just be aware of. Okay, as if we weren't getting techie enough, I got to get a little more techie on you, but I think you'll appreciate it. And that's one of the cons. Again, this would be another con, is phone calls with this thing not working well at all. Let me explain that. So normally when you get a phone call, your phone's mounted up on your biker gripper, you've got it synced with your BoomBox, you've got your Freewire ready to go. An incoming call is going to show up on your BoomBox because you're synced with your phone to your BoomBox, and it's going to say incoming call, accept, ignore, all that kind of stuff. You can simply ignore that, or if you accept it, I tried it, I tested it, you're not going to hear anything. The party is not going to hear you. You're not going to hear them. And that's because everything's fighting with each other, for lack of a better term. Remember, you've got a Sena headset, 20S or whatever, that has software that runs and it's always being updated. You have the Freewire and the Freewire software, which always being updated. Then you have the BoomBox software that's always being updated, along with, not to mention, the iPhone. So all these electronic devices and all different versions and updates of software, whatever the reason in, that simply isn't working. But I have some tips and tricks on how to handle phone calls with the Freewire system. So let's first talk about incoming phone calls. Those are the difficult ones to handle right now with the current Freewire setup. I found on my test that sometimes when an incoming call was coming in and it was going directly to the BoomBox and it was saying accept or ignore. And again, if it does that, you're just simply not going to be able to talk. It was very frustrating. Just know if that happens, you're kind of screwed. You'll have to hang up and call them back as of the time of all these software versions. Now, on some other tests, it skipped the BoomBox. And because remember, I also have my phone, my iPhone directly paired with the Sena 20S prior to installing the Freewire. So it's not only the 20S is connected to the Freewire, it's also connected to my iPhone. But we're not going iPhone to helmet. Remember, it's going into the BoomBox, then out of the 7-pin into the Freewire to the helmet. So on some of those calls, I found that it actually skipped the BoomBox, which was kind of cool, actually. That's the way to do it. So I would get an incoming call, and the BoomBox, it wouldn't even show up on the BoomBox as an incoming call. It would just simply go directly to my Sena headset, and I could, of course, push the jog wheel, on my Sena headset, and I could answer the call, and then I was able to talk directly, of course, because I'm skipping the whole BoomBox and Freewire system at that point. I'm going directly from my cell phone direct into the 20S, and I can have that phone conversation. So that's specific to incoming calls. Those are some of the bugs that I had to deal with. So let's talk about outgoing calls. That actually works very, very well. Your cell phone's mounted right up on your handlebars and your biker gripper, of course. You can simply place a call, and at that point, it's going to come up with some options because you're synced to multiple Bluetooth devices. You may see a pop-up that says Sena 20S, HD radio, and you can simply, with your finger hit the Sena 20S, and then, of course, you're going direct and you're skipping the BoomBox radio. You're going direct from your phone into your 20S headset, and then you can just make that call. So again, that's for outgoing calls. Also, if it is skipping the BoomBox during incoming calls, you'll see that same pop-up menu, and it will give you the option to select the Sena headset or the HD radio on an incoming call, and you can hit that same Sena selection, and then again you'll be going between the helmet and the phone direct. Last thing to note on phone calls is Sena's instructions say that if you're plugged directly in, so if your phone is plugged into a port right off the BoomBox, so an example is in our jukebox compartment, you can open the door and you can plug in a USB to Lightning, and you can go directly into your phone, so you can charge, and your phone's actually going directly into your BoomBox instead of wirelessly. And they say with that hooked up, you should be able to make phone calls seamlessly. I did not find that to be the case. In fact, when it was plugged in, I did multiple tests and had many problems, and I couldn't send or receive a phone call where each party could hear each other. So just be aware of that. Whew, done with phones. Meditate with me. Bring it down. Don't forget, guys, if you appreciate all the detailed free videos and time we put in, there is a way you can support us. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. You can get involved in the community, guys, there, and you can pledge a certain amount per piece of content that we put out. No risk to you. You can put a monthly cap. Basically, for less than the price of a coffee per month, you can support us, guys. There is benefits. You can get into the private Facebook group, which is a huge, very detailed forum, guys. We have a lot of fun in there. There's t-shirts and stickers, all the way up to access to our premium for purchase videos, guys. Get involved. Become part of the biker revolution, guys. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. Okay, let's talk about the Freewire itself and go over size. Let's talk about that real quick, because I hear from what I read on the internet that size does matter. We'll compare it to a credit card. And you can see it's smaller than a credit card, maybe 3/4 the size, not thickness of course, but then I compared it to a pen, and you can see it's not quite as long as a pen. It's actually a very small unit. And I was pleasantly surprised because it looked a lot bigger on the pictures online. So it's built very, very well, very solid when you feel it. It has a non-slip rubber type material on it, guys. And again, very impressed with how small the unit is. And I will tell you that this thing seems very rugged because during my testing and the chaos of getting this project done, I've dropped it multiple times onto concrete, and it really shows no damage, and it's not broken, it still works. So pretty rugged device. So let's talk about ports. It's got 3 rubber flaps, protecting the ports. The first one we want to talk about is the DIN. It's the in, basically. And the kit comes with a cable, and it's your 7-pin DIN, or in a Honda's case, it would be a 5-pin DIN. That connects in there, and then it goes in, looks like a micro USB, so to speak, and it goes in, and that's putting your signal into it. The other nice thing that DIN port can be used for is actual charging. Your kit also comes with a data cable or charging cable. It's a USB to micro USB, so you can plug it into your typical cell phone wall outlet into USB or your computer, and you can go in to that DIN and you can actually charge it. Of course, if you weren't using it on the bike, if it was at your house and you were just charging it, you can charge it that way. So that's nice. That's what that port can be used for. Then we have our DC in. Your kit also comes with a cigarette lighter adapter, and it goes into that particular connector, and that's normally how you could charge it on the bike. Of course, it's a rechargeable unit, but if you were on long trips, you didn't have time to charge it, you could plug it direct using that cigarette lighter adapter and that DC in port. And then of course we have our aux port, which is a 3.5 millimeter. We talked about that a little bit. Your kit also comes with that cable. You can simply use a GPS external or a radar detector or a non-Bluetooth iPod or something like that, and you can plug direct in, kind of an auxiliary, so to speak, aux port, the name says it, and you can get audio in that way and then back out wirelessly to your headset. And of course the unit's got a power switch. It's a slider switch, and it doesn't rock real easy. That way it doesn't turn off real easy on purpose. So you simply rock that switch and turn it on or off, and then you'll see the lights flash on the front indicating that the unit is ready to go. And if it's connected via Bluetooth, you'll get that blue flashing light if it's connected to your headset. One thing I will say is that once in a while during my testing, the unit will hang for some reason. It gets confused when you power it up, and it'll kind of be stuck and you won't hear anything in your headset. You can simply push that center button, that big orange center button, once real quick, and it seems to take care of that, and then you'll hear your actual headset tell you that the device is paired. Okay, since we're talking about that big orange button on the front of the Freewire, let's talk about pairing it with your Sena headset. And so the way you do that's very simple, guys. You make sure you power the Sena unit or the Freewire unit on, and make sure it's powered on. Then you push and hold that big orange button in the center for 5 seconds. You'll see it start flashing lights back and forth, blue, red. That means it's in pairing mode. Then you take your 20S, in this case, our Sena 20S headset. On the back, you push the phone button. You hold that for 5 seconds. Again, you see the blue and red flashing lights, and then it takes just a couple seconds and you'll actually see those units pair, and they'll both go off in time and just a steady flashing blue light. And you'll also hear in the speakers of the Sena headset, it will tell you that the device is paired. That's how simple it is to get up and running and pair that. One extremely important thing to note to get up and running with the Freewire, make sure of course it's synced to your headset. Then you plug it in, the 7-pin DIN, you'll immediately need to go into your BoomBox settings to set up, then speaker headset. Then you'll have the ability to easily switch everything over from speaker over to headset, such as prompts and communications and all that kind of stuff. Then you'll be able to start hearing things. If you do run into problems with the device and it's stuck for some reason, number one, I told you could just push that orange button, and that oftentimes for me fixed it, and then it paired it. If you do have to actually reset the unit, it's very simple. There's a pinhole on the back. You can use a paper clip or dental tool is what I used. You can push that in for 1 second. That basically powers the unit, powers it back on, kind of a reboot. That should solve your problem. If you need to put the unit for some reason back to factory and reset it to factory, that's very simple. You just, that front orange button, you simply push in and hold that for 14 seconds and you'll see the lights do some very specific things. After that red light stays on solid so to speak. You just push one more, tap that center button, and then it's going to go through a series of stuff. But that, and you'll see the lights flashing back and forth till it gets back to normal. That is a complete factory reset, which you'll also have to do after you update the firmware, but don't worry, I'll tell you how to update the firmware here in just a moment. So right out of the box, I would take your Freewire and update the software. I would also do it, make sure your Sena headset is always up to date, along with your BoomBox and your phone. But let's specifically talk today about updating the Freewire. So on the Sena website, I'll put links in the description below to their downloads page. The nice thing is it works for Windows or Mac, so it doesn't matter what you have, you'll be able to update this. And simply you just install a little tool from Sena. It's a software update widget, so to speak. And it's very simple, guys. You open up and install that real quick, and then you open it up and it tells you some instructions, very simple instructions. With the Freewire, it's a little bit different than a headset. Headsets you don't power on, but the Freewire you are, and you just hit the next and you go to the next screen, and then you'll simply plug your Freewire in and you'll power it on, and it recognized it right away. Everything's done right within the widget, which is really nice, and it'll just ask you and if you want to download the software, and boom, it downloads it right in the widget, and then it starts updating. It didn't take much time at all, and you'll have a successfully updated Freewire so that you make sure that it's operating efficiently and to the best of its ability. And if you didn't know already, you can do your Sena headset with the same widget, same installer. There's some slight differences. You don't power the headset on, but everything's there for you. Get the widget and just follow the instructions. It lines it out for you. Super simple. Before I get into mounting solutions, how you're going to mount it on your bike, I want to talk about one more thing that I found, and that is Sena says that this will power on and off with your bike. The Freewire will. I did not find that to be the case. I tested it in multiple different ways, and the unit always stayed on. It never went off, and I actually had to physically reach up, which is no problem, and turn the unit on and off when I turn my bike on and off. That may be fixed in a future update. So mounting solutions. On the back of the Freewire, you'll find some rails. This is nice. It's an all-inclusive kit. Like I told you, it comes with the cables. It also comes with a couple mounting solutions. The first is a simple rubber strapped handlebar mount, and you simply wrap the rubber strap around your handlebars at any location you want. It kind of connects to itself, and then those rails simply slide right into that mount. Now to get it off, to prevent theft and things like that, it's very simple. There's just a little push tab that sticks out and protrudes. You push that tab and it slides right out of those rails. The other mounting solution is a sticky solution, and it's a plate with those same rails, and you simply take off the backing and make sure it's a nice clean area, and you can stick it right on your dash pretty much wherever you want. And it also has the rails, and you just slide it in real easy on those rails, and it snaps into place. And then of course it's got the push tab, and you can slide it right out of those rails and take it with you. So those are the two mounting solutions that come with the kit. And just remember, take into consideration where you mount it, that you have enough 7-pin DIN wire so you can come out of that and go into it, that you're not stretching that too far. And then also you might want to make sure it's close enough to your cigarette lighter port if you want to charge on the fly while you're going. And while we're talking about a rechargeable Freewire, they say that about 7.5 hours talk time on this thing, so that would be using it constantly. That's a pretty good battery life, so just be aware of that. You may not have the need to actually charge it on the go while you're riding, because it has a pretty good battery life. One thing I want to tell you is about battery on this, guys. When you power it on, it's going to flash a red light. If it flashes like 4 times real quick, that's like 70 to 100% battery. And then of course 3 flashes is below 70%, and you get it, and 2 flashes and 1 flash. That's a way that you can tell how much battery life you have left in it. And I found it takes about 2.5 hours from being dead to give it a full charge. So there you go, guys. All you need is a compatible Sena Bluetooth wireless headset and a Freewire kit. It comes with everything you need, and you can be up and running with it, and you can untether so you don't have to plug your half helmet or helmet headset into your 7-pin DIN. You can be free and untethered. All right, guys, before I finish up, again, super excited. We're doing a giveaway, guys. We have 3 Sena Freewires, complete kits provided by Sena. They obviously care about the law-abiding biker community. We thank them for that. Easily to get entered to win those. It's going to end mid-December 2016, so if it's past that, you can just skip ahead this part, but all you got to do to enter is subscribe to this channel. You got to give it a thumbs up. and you got to leave a comment below on what you think of the Sena Freewire, guys. The other thing, in the description below, it will say enter here to win, guys. And simple, hit the link, do a couple very simple things, guys. That enters you in the contest to win one of 3. And after the date, mid-December 2016, we will notify you if you're one of the lucky winners. Final thoughts. So if we're doing a star system, guys, 4.5 out of 5 stars on this thing. Let me explain. Again, guys, I just want you to be clear. There are still, as of today of this video, and I don't think there's ever going to be with this version of the BoomBox, there is no Bluetooth headset that pairs directly with the BoomBox. You need a system such as this to make that happen. It is a workaround, guys, so to speak. And because I've explained in this video how that works, it is a workaround. We get a lot of comments on that, and people think they know, and they're just uneducated on that. So it does not pair directly. The headset, the Sena headset, doesn't pair directly with the BoomBox. You need one of these. It's a solid device. Sena is a staple in the industry. Whatever they make, whatever I've ever had of Sena is super high quality. You can definitely trust it. The support's there, the software updates, their website, all that stuff that goes along with owning a Sena brand product, guys. Some of the things, it does work well for what it's supposed to do, and that is transmit whatever's inside your BoomBox out to your wireless headset. Of course, you've got the passenger and onboard communication system. If you both have a headset and a Freewire, you can use that internal communication system. I didn't personally test that, just a disclosure, because I don't have an ultra limited and a 7-pin DIN for a passenger. I only put one on for the rider on my street glide, so I didn't actually test that, but I've talked to a lot of people and it seems to be working well. So it transmits great, whatever's going on in your Bluetooth. Some of the cons, the only reason for 4.5 instead of 5 is I do wish it was a little bit better and less glitchy with the phone calls, which I already explained. That would be nice, but again, you can just go direct from phone to headset. I wish it would recognize that quicker and all the time so that that little glitch wouldn't happen. You wouldn't get hung up on phone calls. I also wish that for some that want to use the built-in commands and the voice command button on your left control cluster, that you could talk into the Sena headset and actually give internally the BoomBox commands such as skip to next song or go here. As of the date of this video, that's not a capability that I could get to work, and maybe that will come in the future with software updates, or maybe it won't, but that would be only a couple of the cons on why it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. But everything else for what this unit is for, absolutely stellar, awesome unit, well built, good job Sena. All right, Bikeaholics, I know that was in depth and a lot of information, but I felt it was necessary. There wasn't any good videos out there on the Freewire, so Law-Abiding Biker Media style, we'll just make one and do it right. Hopefully you know some of the capabilities, some of the things that this doesn't do, and you can be educated on whether you want to go out and get one of these things, guys. All right, don't forget to get subscribed to this channel immediately so you're notified when we come out with new free videos. Give it a thumbs up, share it with all your biker friends, guys. Don't forget to get signed up for the free email club. lawabidingbiker.com/email club will shoot you an email when we come out with new free videos, guys. Most importantly, get out there and get some freaking riding in, huh? All right, peace out. And when I'm at biker events and I want to get the ladies, I just simply pull it out. I don't really know how it works, but I bought it just, it's so soft. Is it Sena or Sena? I don't know. Potatoes, potatoes. Okay, here's my review. It's half the size of a candy bar. It's not edible. All right, guys, going off the grid, turning the Freewire off.